Okay, I'm live. Okay, I'm live. Wow, that's a delay. So, what's up, everyone? I was gonna go live today. I talked with um, Ian Adcock, and I wanted to. He struck my interest because I don't know, a week ago or something, he posted. He had posted on, I forget, one of the groups, and he's got a moped, and he's got a moped, and he's out cleaning windows on a moped, and I just think that's so crazy. Um, I'm kind of waiting around for him. He said he was going to be available, but he's not online yet, so we'll see. If not, oh well. I just thought it was cool because I know some of you guys who subscribe, you don't even have a business, and I've spoken with you, and you're waiting for this, X, Y, and Z to be in place, and just kind of the whole point of it was kind of to say you don't even need all that stuff in place because you got this guy over here chasing after a biz or starting a window cleaning business, and he's on a moped. Like, it's crazy. I was hoping he would be online because I couldn't find the picture because I wanted to show the picture, but he's got a moped with like box crates on it, squeegees, poles, bungee corded to it, and he's out doing route work. Like, that's awesome. So, I mean, like a guy like that, you're destined. I mean, you're going to succeed regardless, like in whatever you do. Because if you're that hungry to build something, to do something, then it's going to work. Everyone talking crap on my haircut, man. I don't care about none of that. It's an undercut. Y'all don't understand. It's not a fade. It's an undercut. It's just short, so it'll be longer. Come spring, it'll look right. So, whatever, though. I don't know if he's going to end up coming online. It would have been cool, though. So, anyone else want to go live? Let's see who's on the chat. Midwest Shadows. That's my guy, Joel. Maybe Joel wants to go live. All right, Joel. All right, that's fine. We'll give him a sec. Joel's a cool guy, man. He's local. We're going to be doing some work. You guys will see more of him in some videos in the future. Getting a truck put together right now and everything. 2019, man, it's going to be takeover season. I'm pumped. I'm pumped for it. What are you guys doing for 2019? I need a shower is what I need. I shower a lot, though. What's up, everybody? Everybody get their stickers? I'm recognizing quite a few names in here. Everyone get their stickers? I still haven't seen anyone post to another group except for Wash Life or Snapchat. That doesn't do me no good. Startup's going great. Wow, someone thumbs down my video already? Everyone should thumb up my video. Who just comes on here to dislike? How long have we been live? Not even 5 minutes? I got someone who doesn't like me out there. I bet I know who it is. I bet you all know who it is. It's too late for the sticker. Better luck next time, man. They're for sale, $10. All right, I'll send you an invite. Power wash in the winter is dead. Ferris house washing. Douche canoe. Oh, sweet. We got 3 upvotes. All right, hold on, Joel. Let me get the. What's going on here? Facebook. Oh, crap. I'm just inviting Joel. I gotta. Man, they're always changing stuff on Facebook. Here we go. There it is, Joel. There it is. Where's the chat? There's got to be an easier way to do this. I hate opening and closing all these windows. Oh, there is. Beautiful. Hold on, I'm going to get set up right. One day I'll get used to this. Okay, we're golden. We are golden. All right. That's right, Ruben.
Oh, what's going on, boys?
Hey, mine.
Oh, well, hang on. Let me fix my sound here. I just got the notification that you were live. What did I miss so far?
Absolutely nothing. I literally just went live.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got the moped guy on, I noticed.
Well, I was gonna have him on.
Yeah.
I don't know if he I think he's having like some internet troubles because I was literally just talking to him and then his internet like went out. Like he was ready to go and then his internet went out. So
well, I saw him on the Facebook group and I thought I was pretty impressed. I'm like, now there's someone who he's gonna do fine.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be all right, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And anything he does, you know, that's awesome because I just like seeing guys start with literally nothing. That's awesome. Just because you're just like you're so hungry at that point to make anything work. What we're talking about with the mopeds is the guy was out doing route work with just a moped. He had like a milk crate strapped to it. It was a crazy contraption, and he's out doing route work with a moped. And I don't know, like if I bet
how long has he been working? I'd love to talk to this guy. I'd love to know how that's working out for him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So, oh well. So how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. How's your winter working out for you? Taking it easy?
Yep. Just getting everything in place, getting my little systems in place, and I'm just ready to get things launched. Networking, that's another thing, is like talking to other businesses, just service businesses, guys that do anything like service related, like HVAC, pest control, carpet cleaning. Like I'm trying to make a habit of like at least calling at least one of them a day and just trying to talk with people and just get them to recognize my name and let them know that if they ever come across someone needing our services, we're here. And sometimes I don't even do that. I'll just kind of call and introduce myself and let them know that I have clients looking for their services and I'd love to refer them out. And they appreciate it. So,
John, one thing I think is good to remind yourself is that I think probably the best business card out there is just doing a good job, showing up and being professional. And, because how many times these days, do you actually come in and you have an interaction with someone in a business situation, like, you name it, you go somewhere, you're looking for something, and, how often do you really find someone who's actually seems like they care about what they're doing, and to me, that really stands out. It's like when I find someone who seems like they give half a crap about what they're doing, it's like, I want to do business with them again instead of having to find someone else, and reinvent that wheel.
Yeah.
So, yeah. how's that been working out? I know you said that um I guess that goes along the lines of just word of mouth. How has that worked out for you then? Like with networking with people and stuff, or just doing jobs. I mean, like people, have you gotten a lot of repeat business just from people that are like, wow, this guy knows what he's doing?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing, like basically to everyone who's even in this group or like subscribe to the channel or part of Facebook groups in general, not even to my channel, but like if you're part of this, like there's like 98 there's like 90% of other contractors who aren't even involved in this, like networking with other contractors and trying to get advice and all this stuff. Like if you're because all these other contractors out there, all these other contractors out there are so like transactionally minded. They just want to make that transaction happen. But if you really try to learn as much as you can and like nurture the relationship with every customer you come across and do the best job you can and learn the best techniques and stuff, that goes a super long way. And it's, it's going to happen. It's everything's going to get traction eventually, and
Well, I think that's a super big concern with guys like in the Facebook group. You see people that are, rightfully so, because you see a lot of signs around where people are offering that $99 pressure wash. And so, you got a lot of guys in the Facebook group that are like, what about the competition? And what have been your observations so far on that? Because it's like I kind of know what I think about that, but
mhm.
how has that panned out? Like, what were your worries getting into it versus what reality turned out to be?
Well, I mean, like sorry, Ian's actually messaging me. He's having trouble figuring it out.
Tell him he's got to run it from like a Chrome browser. It's not
Oh,
really, yeah. Tell him he's got to run it from like Chrome.
Chrome
Yeah. He's got to be logged into Google account.
login to Google.
Oh, hang on.
So your
I'm going to
question,
have to rejoin just a second. I'll be right back.
oh, and that's how it goes, man. You do live, life happens, and you gotta bounce. Free product, contact me. Pass a day. Free product from David. Hit him up, y'all. So how's the competition in Northern Illinois? So actually, I just met a guy. I'm not gonna throw out names and stuff because that's not the point. I just met a guy and he's actually oh, he's on his mobile. That's probably not gonna work then. Bummer. I'll have to ask Joel. Joel knows more about this stuff than I do. He actually taught me how to do this live thing. Sorry, I got my ADHD on 10 right now. So I just met some competition literally in my backyard. He's 5 minutes away from me. I had no idea. Oh, it's working.
Hold on there. I'm in the car, guys.
Okay, that's all right.
All right. Hey, guys, what's up? This is Ian with American Wash. Don't steal that name. I'll be mad if you do. I'm very patriotic. Part of my uniform is I wear a baseball cap that's got American flag patch on it. And it just works because I wear the baseball cap because I have long hair and I get helmet hair. Because when I ride my moped, when making sales calls, I wear helmets because of safety, and it keeps the wind out of my face because it's cold.
Right.
Yeah. So,
where are you from, Ian?
Yo, I am from St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So we got Joel on now too.
Sorry about that.
You breaking up?
Yeah, he should Google. Is he on his moped right now? Is that what's going on? Or
yeah, he's in a car.
I went under a bridge. I'm in the car I'm on another assignment right now. I'm for my other business, and I'm in the car with a friend.
Oh, okay. That's all right.
So we're mobile. That's why the light's spotty and stuff, and I'm a little spotty.
Yeah.
So what kind of questions y'all got?
Well, I wanted to so I wanted to ask, what made you want to get into window cleaning? What started all that?
All right, so when I was in like middle school, I did this crap on a bicycle one day because I told my dad, I said, Dad, I'm gonna go clean some windows, and I'm gonna go make money because my dad was starting a business at the time. So this was about 2013. Is when he had started his business, a little earlier. And I was like, I want to be like you. And his business was starting slow. He sells high performance race car parts, AN fittings. You guys might not. You guys might know what those are. They go on race cars and stuff like that, like hose ends and stuff. And so we would have these competitions to where there's some days I'd be making more money than he was.
Okay.
I'd come back with like $100 in contracts and like repeat customers and stuff like that. Dude,
Nice.
I was 15 doing that on a bicycle. Like I strapped this shit. I strapped a pole on my bike frame, bucket on a backpack, squeegee in a backpack, spray bottle, soap.
Whoa.
And that
So
was me. And I was like,
You know, a lot of people would never even think about doing that because it's just, you know, they'd be too afraid of, oh, what are people going to think about it?
yeah, like the thing is I was young, so I could fuck up as much as I want. And it didn't matter if I messed up because I was young and people understood that. And they're like, oh, this kid just wants to make some money. So like, here's $20. Go do my windows. Like, all right, cool. Guys, I sucked at it. Holy shit. I don't know why these people kept me. Like, it was horrible. Like, I'm over here going like, when I should have been going like, oh, that's how you do it.
yeah.
And I'm gonna make that I was like, oh, I should be going like this way, but I'm going this way, straight down, straight across. I'm streaking the shit out of the place. Like I'm rubbing newspaper on my lines. I'm going to the bathroom, getting paper towels because I made the money and I went and bought some food on my way back home because I was hungry.
Okay.
And like it, or I would go and just like spend it on like stupid shit. Like I'm also a photographer. And at the time, I was spending money on photography equipment, so it supported that career too.
Yeah.
And so it was just like working out. I remember one lady, it was a nail salon. I had 15 nail salons, bro, because it was cheap and it was easy, and they didn't give a fuck if I fucked up. Because the shit had so many signs and stuff like that. They made, oh, it's okay, honey. It's okay. Don't worry about that sign. It's okay. And I was like, all right, I'll be back next week. Like, all right.
Okay.
So nails done. Well, win-win.
So like this one lady, I had streaked it so bad, I'd like washed like 3 times. She had like 4 bay windows. 4 windows, bro. 4. She had 4 of these things.
Yeah.
And she paid me, and I didn't have any rags with me. I was like, yo, pay me. I'm going to be right back. So I went to Walgreens, grabbed some microfiber cloths. We're like, got like the steam on the cloth and started getting all the streaks off and shit like that. And that's what happened. So, and it was great. I did that for about a year. Sharpened my sales skills, and come winter, I thought, oh no, winter I can't wash windows. So I did snow removal. Made bank on that. Because I'm good at that. It's manual labor, bro. You can't fuck that up either.
Yeah.
So and then like
I was gonna ask you, so are you still like, you still got some of those same contracts? You kind of running around doing windows and stuff still on the moped?
Yeah, I was gonna say, fast forward now, I still have 2 of those contracts from when I was younger. I walked in the place. Luckily, the owner was there. I was like, "Hey, what's up, Steve? I'm back doing the windows. Like, you want me to do them again? Because it looks like you haven't had someone do them since I did them." And he's like, yeah, sure. So I charged him like a good price. It was like 10 windows. I got like $40 for it, inside and out. Typical storefront size. So there's some pull work in there.
Yeah.
And I got him back, and I got some new clients, and then some more clients. And then what's really weird I find about plaza work is people are like, yeah, just do it once. I was like, no, because of the rain and the weather we get in the Midwest, we get all sorts of weather. So I was like, no, I had to actually like forcibly sell people for me to like come back every month and do. What sparked me doing it again actually on the moped is that I had lost my job as a landscaper. So I was like, shit, I need to make some money because I'm hungry. So I went out, I had like $50, so I went to Home Depot, bought a pole, bought a squeegee, bought a brush, soap, bucket, and a bungee cord, so I could strap the shit on my bike.
Yeah.
And I was like, this will actually work now. Like, I did it when I was younger, but I spent time watching your videos. The guys out in Colorado, there's like Steve-O, the window cleaner.
Right.
And
well, we're losing you, Ian. We lost you, Ian. You still there, Joel?
Yeah, is he currently using the moped? Is that currently what his gig is? Is that what he's doing? No, I'm not making fun. I think that's respectable as hell. I mean, think about it.
I thought you were saying, is he currently on a moped?
No, he's obviously in a car. I'm just saying this kid
no.
is a shark. Don't misunderstand me. I mean, he's one of those people that he gets it. It's like he wants to keep moving, otherwise he's gonna drown.
Yeah.
I think that's shoot, man. I wonder how many of your audience. It's like they're looking at this like they want to, everybody's in a different situation and everything, but it's like, man, that just goes to show it's like all it takes is a willingness just to do it, man. I mean, he's proof right there. I mean, he's doing on his 10 speed, and I mean, eventually I guess he upgraded to his moped and stuff, but that's awesome.
Right.
That's respectable. I don't care if he's on a moped, he's out there doing it. That's what's respect right there.
Yep. So
I mean, that's kind of similar to how you started in the window business, isn't it? I mean, you just pretty much, and you started in winter time, didn't you?
Yeah. I started it. Yeah, December. We got laid off I was doing tree work. I did tree work for a year, got laid off, and then went out doing route work. Luckily, I had a truck. I bought a truck at an auction, like a Nicor. Well, it wasn't a Nicor auction, but there was a ton of Nicor trucks. And I bought a truck. I'd never been to an auction. It was so sketchy. I only had like $2,000, and I looked at a few trucks, and I thought the truck one of the trucks I looked at, I was bidding on, and I bid it, and I won the bid, and it turned out to be a truck I didn't even look at, didn't start, didn't anything. And then like when the auction was over, once I realized the truck that I won, I went and looked at it. It had 2 flat tires. It didn't start, nothing. I almost had a heart attack, but like we got it working. All it needed was a jump and 2 tires, and it was good. But that's the truck I still have, actually, the one that's decaled. But yeah,
I'd say you made your money back on that thing.
Oh man, that thing's worth its weight in gold. But it's like I made some business cards on Vistaprint. It was literally like right after I came across some Keith Kalf's videos, I believe, and I just made some business cards. They were the worst business cards ever. Like, I didn't spend a bunch of time like trying to perfect everything, I guess. I just wanted to get out there and see if I could do this. I bought, like $100 worth of window cleaning stuff at Lowe's. I learned real quick some of the stuff I really didn't need and some of the stuff I do need, and took off from there. And that's kind of one of the things that you need to be cautious of. I come across a lot of guys who they haven't even got a job. They haven't gone, experienced anything business related in this field, and they're putting together like this elaborate trailer and like extensive marketing material and buying every single thing that's advertised in these groups and stuff. And that's scary stuff. Like, I mean, you're lucky that you have that capital, but you're going to burn through it, or you're going to waste a lot of it, because you're going to realize some of that stuff you really don't need, you know. And everyone's business is different, everyone's techniques are different, so you might not need the stuff that I need, or, you know, vice versa, you know. So it's food for thought. Now, you know, with that being said, you know, you and me are kind of going to be teaming up, but it's because we're going to have some guaranteed work and stuff, so that's different. But someone just going off and starting something on their own, you know, it's important to kind of take that learning curve and start slow and work your way gradual. Even I'm guilty of it. I try to bite off more than I can chew a lot.
Yeah. You know, I think that the starting out, you know, yeah, it kind of just compounds itself, because, you know, you got the guys that, you know, they're not only they're looking at, you know, what do I need to put out there to put the money out to start earning in the first place, but you know, it just is. I think that it's like the guys are starting from scratch. It's like they're looking at it like it's like they're standing at the bottom of a mountain, you know, and they're looking up at this gigantic mountain, and they're thinking, gee, how the hell do I get to the top of that? And it's like, just start walking, man. You know, you'll get there. And it's like you're. Well, I think a lot of the guys that, well, you know, some of the I pay attention to, like, what happens in the Facebook group, and, you know, you do get a lot of people in there that are just like, well, you know, how do I even get started? And it's like, well, you know, it's you get out there and you start doing it. I mean, if a guy with a moped and a squeegee can get out there and do it, it's like that's a lesson for everyone. And that kind of backs up what Keith Kalfas said too, is like, how do you get started with landscaping? And he's like, I don't care what kind of a car you got, I don't care what kind of a truck you got. You know, you go on Craigslist, you buy yourself a $40 lawnmower, you stuff that thing in your car, and you go out and you cut your first lawn, and you pay for your mower, and then you keep on, you know, you build off of that. And really, it almost sounds like it's too simplistic of an answer, but it's like a lot of the people that are asking those questions and they're worried about the competition and stuff. It's like, you worry about yourself. You know, you don't. That's stuff that you're psyching yourself out. You know, you worry about yourself, you do a good job, and your business is going to grow, even if you didn't market it.
You're almost trying to talk yourself out of it in a way. You know, it's like yourself. There's so much self-doubt and self-limiting beliefs, you know, especially when if you're getting into this and you're only used to making, you know, 20-30,000 a year, and, you know, you're starting to realize, you know, like the potential of a business, you could do 1 million a year. It's like a legit goal, or even 500,000. That's a legit goal to have. But like when you start you know, when you start working towards it, you start getting all these like self-limiting beliefs, and worrying about competition and stuff that doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
Well, let me ask you about that. I mean, you know, when you first got into it, you know, because like you said, the self-limiting beliefs, that's a big point right there, because people will do that all day long, where you create barriers for yourself in your own mind. Was there anything, John, that you did like right off the bat that you thought was going to be like just insurmountable, that ended up like not being that big of a deal? I mean, because I'm kind of curious, like, you know, where you started, like with your mindset versus where you are now. What, you know, because I think it's obviously just a thing that comes with, it's the confidence that comes with actually getting out there and doing it. But like for the new guys that are just looking at this from just starting from scratch, like where are you now, like with your mindset versus where you started? And maybe like, is there like any books or podcasts or anything that like maybe you listen to that like other guys might want to, you know, get learned on? I'm just kind of curious, like, was there a barrier or something that like, was there anything like you got psyched out about that wasn't, just ended up like not being a big deal when you first started out?
Yeah. There was a few things. I mean, insurance was one, and that's a question I get a lot, is like, how much is insurance? How am I going to pay for insurance and all that stuff? And the reality is it's not even that expensive, and it's not that hard to get. You know, I stumbled across it. My bank happened to offer insurance, and they gave me an offer on some cheap insurance, and it was like, I thought this was going to be some big elaborate process, and I walked in and I walked out with a insured business. I was like, sweet, you know. There was an instance. It was actually my very first day cleaning windows. My very first day cleaning windows, I landed 3 plazas, 3 little shops in the same plaza. And the window cleaner who did them pulled up and hopped out the truck and was threatening me, like literally threatening me. He's like, "What are you doing here? These are my accounts." Flashed his business card, went into each and every store, japped out the manager, and I'm like right behind. Like I'm a loudmouth, and I probably should have bit my tongue, but I was like, me and him got into it too, and it almost. I'm glad that happened because it pushed me to like show him he's not going to scare me out of this or whatever. But trying to think. So some of my views, some of the things that have changed.
Well, wait a minute. So let me just ask you. So this guy comes out and he starts picking a fight with you, and he's like,
Oh
"Hey,
yeah,
you're in my turf. What you?" And so of course he's doing it right in front of his customer, which is extremely professional, by the way, and something that everyone should try. Um, and so you get into an argument with it right in front of him, and they stayed with you, and they told him to hit the road.
well, what
I'm
happened is it
curious.
was my very first, like I said, it was my very first time cleaning windows. So he was like, "This guy's probably not even insured. Are you insured?" And I was like, "That's not even any of your business." Blah blah blah. And then and then I like he was like, and then I told the lady, I was like, "Listen, I am sorry. I'm just gonna leave. This is not right. You got customers all in here. We're just cleaning windows." Like I was, so I ended up leaving, and that's like when I was like, I need to figure out this insurance thing. Like I said, it was my very first time cleaning windows, but figured out the insurance thing, and they ended up calling me and saying they were sorry on his behalf, and like they said just bring in like a form of insurance, and long story short, the word got out to the whole plaza, and I only got 3 of those stores. When I first went in there and bid, and then long story short, the whole plaza ended up hiring me, and it was a huge boost of confidence. It was just kind of like it was crazy.
Because the people that are in that plaza, the guys that have those businesses, they talk to each other.
Yeah,
How that works, man. Who's doing your windows? Oh, okay, I got a guy or whatever, and it's like I think that just circles back around to just doing a good job and just minding your own business. And I mean that's a perfect lesson there. It's like you could, because you basically, well, I guess you got into an argument with the guy first off, but then it's like you didn't care. Like it doesn't sound like you were losing sleep over your competition after that point.
yeah. I told him to kick rocks and go clean some windows or something. Like, what is he doing, wasting his time? He was with an employee. He was literally stalking me. Like he was sitting in his truck watching me clean all these windows. It was insane. It was weird. And to this day, if we see each other, he's laying on his horn, flicking me off out the window. It
Oh, is
gets
that what I have
real.
to look forward to when I get my truck littered up here?
It gets real in the wash line.
Am I gonna have to break some kneecaps here and defending some turf here like Chicago style? Oh my gosh.
That's right,
What
man.
am I getting into?
He's been in business for 20 years, and he doesn't have a lot to show for it. And that's
So he's just one of those guys that takes his frustrations out on people around him instead of just, taking it as a lesson and say, how can I better myself? He wants to go to war. Oh, okay, whatever. But I
yeah,
guess that's a lesson right there too, I guess. Because that's kind of like one of the worst case scenarios is I don't think most people in this business are gonna have to deal with, you know, dudes actually jumping out and trying to start an argument. But I mean, hey, I guess anything can
no.
happen.
Yeah,
But
I mean it does. I mean, yeah, especially like with bigger contracts that could happen, like like I don't know, like franchise type things. We get multiple stores. People get upset about that stuff, but
at what point did you figure that you were done with the window? I mean, is it, because you basically just, you got into the pressure washing and stuff too. Like, at what
mhm.
point did you decide to jump into that and like,
I don't even
to
remember
build that out?
just being a part of the just being
Just
part of the groups. I just ended up stumbling. I ended up really wanting a power washer and trying out this soft washing thing, and I learned to love it. And yeah, I did end up dropping a lot of my storefront accounts, but that's not to say there isn't anything wrong with it. It's just me personally. It took. I
Oh
wasn't a very.
no, let me tell you what, John. When I was growing up, and the guy still does it. Good friend of the family. I mean, he was the guy that, I mean, he had a university degree. We're not talking about some dropout guy or some, you know, some blue collar guy. You know, very well educated man. And I saw my older brother still works for him. He's worked for him since he was a teenager. And
Yeah.
like around Tampa, Ybor City and stuff. I remember going to work with them, and he would do his window routes. And I mean, that guy, basically it's just like seeing the ambition and the work ethic that he put into it, you know, and and I got to watch him build like $1 million house, you know, and that I saw, I mean, and that's why I think like anyone who would be foolish enough to look down on a professional service business, anyone who thinks that like doing landscaping or window washing or anything is beneath them, it's like, okay, well, you know, have fun at your $40,000 a year job. I'm gonna go over here and build my $1 million house because I've seen it happen, and it's like that's no joke, man.
Hmm.
You get that repeat business, you show up every day with a clean shirt on, and you do a good job. And I mean, I've seen it myself where people, you know, I've seen the fruit, you know, the results that comes from that, and that's no joke. Like when John says, you know, $500,000, $1 million a year, yeah, I believe you. I think there's definitely that kind of money in there.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's, you know, that's total revenue I'm talking about, but
Because you started from the very, very bottom. I mean, you know, a guy with a squeegee and a pole, a 5 gallon bucket and a truck.
mhm.
And that was what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, just about, not
You
even.
know, and look at how exponentially you've learned, your business is growing, and look at where you are now versus where you've been. You know, and you're gonna, it's neat to see like the trajectory. You know, like people have been watching your videos and stuff, and they get to that's just cool. I think that should be a good, you know, something for people who are looking at this from the outside looking in. You know, just watch and like read between the lines, and like see what's actually happening. It's like this stuff pays off if you work at it, but it's up to you and how much work you put into it, I think.
Right, right. Yeah, it's cool, man. It's you just learn a lot as the years go on, as the time goes on. So the main thing I'm going to be learning or doing for 2019 is systemizing and organizing. I had when I started 2018 out, I had a answering service for my business, and that was so awesome. And for whatever reason, I stopped it in August because I thought we were going to slow down, and we ended up staying busy all the way until December. And it was really tough. Just that little answering service, I didn't realize how much they helped me. But just I mean, to get an idea, I looking through the customer factor. This is how poorly some of this can make your guys' stomach probably turn, but to show you how poorly organized I was, I had almost 150,000 in proposals sitting out there, jobs that I didn't close. I didn't have enough time and to go after and follow up with them and kind of close the deals on some of those because I was so focused on just getting the jobs that we scheduled done. So that's one thing I'm focusing on for 2019 is organizing, systemizing, and just getting employees trained so they can go do this stuff. And I'm not stuck being the only guy who can.
I tell you what, John, we're not leaving no scraps on the table for 20.
No, not scraps like that. I mean, those are meals.
We're not leaving no scraps on the table. Let's just say that right now.
Yeah.
Papa needs a new set of shoes here. I mean, we're yeah, and it's great. You know, when I went out with you that one day, I was just so impressed at how you know, you had the system down. You know, it's like you knew, you know, just watching you work, you know, how you interacted with the customers and stuff. And yeah, that's probably another thing people really, you know, if they're not used to it, you know, because I come from like a you know, being in people's houses and doing the service type of stuff as well. You know, the same but different. But I think that's probably like probably a big thing if you're not used to it. It's like it's got to seem intimidating to people like dealing with customers, like when you don't have anyone to call and it's only, you know, everything falls on you. Gosh, maybe we could talk about that a little bit. I mean, have you ever had like a problem customer, or have been people like, you know, once they see the job that you do, or do you think it comes down to like how you carry yourself and, you know, the fact that your trucks are nice and clean and stuff? Like, can you talk about like any issues you've actually had like with customers and stuff, or has it been Has it been better than what you expected, or what can you say about that?
Well, like issues with customers.
Other than that one guy that afternoon, I remember that guy. That was fun.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but that ended up turning out fine. I think
No,
most
it
people are
did.
pretty
It
cool
did.
though.
Yeah, that was a weird one. But he or I mean, yeah, you're gonna get your weird customers and stuff, but for the most part, it's again, it's just kind of a learning and experience type thing. You're gonna like nowadays, I know exactly what type of customer they're gonna be from practically the minute they call me. If not, by the time I do the estimate for them and stuff, you know, if they're gonna negotiate and haggle and stuff. But the bottom line is they like when you're so there's like different types of businesses. You got your commercial businesses that go after just commercial, and then if you're in this home service business, it's different. You have to have you got to really focus on being a high service, reliable, consistent, thorough company, and that alone is just what's going to set you out from the competition. Because, like I was saying, you guys wouldn't believe how many other contractors are out there that do not do this extensive research, and they're trying to learn and trying to make their company better. they're they're literally just so focused on the transactional aspect of things, they don't think about being super professional and courteous and just those little things that make clients happy. um, a podcast that I would really recommend would be the Quick Talk podcast. If anyone's we still got some viewers. Literally all you guys, if you haven't already, you should check out the Quick Talk podcast. Joshua Latimer, he had a home service business, and he he talks a lot about that, just being a really high value company. Same with Brandon, what's his name? Brandon Vaughn. Brandon Vaughn just sold his service company. They were doing $500,000 a month. He just sold it. I mean, he does System Saturdays, if you guys haven't heard of him. So just the stuff like that is really what creates, you almost create fans. Like, I mean, my clients, when I ask them to give me a 5-star review, it's nothing. They're like, absolutely, no problem, you know? And then sometimes the job doesn't go as planned, and I feel really bad, and that's how it goes. But
I think one of the good things I learned a long time ago is that you got to work for when you're in a service industry. You know, you're in people's houses. You know, you've never met them before, but it's like I think it's pretty simple. It's not like you're going there to rub their feet or anything. It's like you know what your job is. They got a dirty house. You're gonna wash the house, and I think that it just translates over. It's universal. Is I think that if you have it in your mind that you're working for the thank you. Like when remember that house that we did that morning, and you hosed down the guy's patio furniture. It was
mhm,
all moldy and green and just covered in algae and everything. And then when the guy came out, he was like, "Oh wow, look at what you did! Oh, and you did all this." And you sprayed down the guy's rocks and the guy's landscaping rocks, around his patio and everything. And
mhm.
from the way it was when we first arrived versus how nice and brand new it looked like when we left, that guy was blown away for days. And I remember him saying thank you to you several times. And I think as long as you got your customer just saying thank you, man, that's telling you everything right there. Because man, if they weren't happy with your work, are they gonna be saying thank you?
Right.
Probably not. They're gonna be like, all right, get this jackass out of here. They're gonna be like, all right, what do I owe you? All right, okay, bye.
Hmm.
And I think that tells you everything. If you're getting a thing, and it's a simple thing. It's such a simple concept, but it really is like it's not complicated. It doesn't have to be. And really keep that in the back of your mind. Just simply, all right, what little things can I do here? And really, it also comes back to like how after the job was done, you took the guy around, you gave him a tour of his own house, and you got to show him how pretty his place was, and he was just like, yeah, this is great. And he's like nodding along with you. And then what did you do? You asked him, hey, is there anything else I can do for you? And he's like, no, man, this is great. This is, and then, you got paid and we were out of there, and it was
Right.
simple.
Yeah, and
So
that's 2019. I want to kind of do, you know, it's nice that you do the camera editing and stuff too, but I want to do more extensive videos on like stuff like that, like the process and, you know, the just things you do right when you pull up to a house, things you make sure you do before you leave. It's crazy, just the little things you almost don't even think about. I used to not think about that I do now. They make a huge difference. And
Absolutely,
yeah.
because in the live chat, Ruben said it's all about how you carry yourself, and it
Mhm.
translates back. Having your routine. Like I remember having my routine, like how I would go out. I would always try to make sure that I'm going out to my truck as few times as possible, and everything. It's like I've done this 1,000 times already, so it's like I know I'm not going to be. Yeah, I think that comes along with like, you get two birds stoned at once. It's like you're being as efficient as possible, and then maybe like they're gonna like look out their window and they're gonna see you, and it's like, oh, this guy knows what he's doing. Like you just basically, I think people can tell when you've done it enough, or maybe if you haven't done it enough, it really is about how you carry yourself. I think people can kind of tell, but that's probably a good thing. Is that it just kind of, it's one of those things that just comes with time and experience there.
Mhm.
Someone in the live chat, John, someone was asking you, are you looking to do more gas station work? Is that something that's gonna happen anymore?
Gas stations. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. I think I was starting to say something actually, and I get trailed off or something. But um, yeah, I'm kind of looking actually to work with a subcontractor or another company that does this stuff and being like a subcontractor doing gas stations on like a bigger scale. It's something in the works, but to be honest, that cold, cleaning the gas station on that video that I have posted, you I guess you could do it that way. And there, you believe it or not, there's some very large companies that do it that way. They use cold water. They don't necessarily reclaim. And the matter of the fact is, I haven't even looked into the laws and stuff, but you're really, I think you really should be reclaiming when you're cleaning up oil and stuff at a gas station. And
Because otherwise, it's just going into the sewer system.
yeah, yeah,
And
and then and then
whether
the
you're
hot
doing,
water does make a difference. The proper chems make a difference. So that's a whole nother monster. Um, and I don't even know. I don't know if it's something. It's a whole nother monster, and it's essentially a whole nother service in its own. It's you got to be equipped for something like that. So I'm debating if I want to kind of really channel in on the services that I'm offering and perfect them, and then maybe down the road do something like that. But yeah, for now we'll see.
so where's your mindset now going into 2019 versus where you were a year ago? Like, what were your biggest worries a year ago versus, for this year?
Well, I honestly think last year I was a little more naive, and I thought I could achieve some of the game same goals a little easier. I thought things were a little easier with less planning, and I kind of just assumed employees would love and appreciate my business as much as I do. And I'm realizing there is going to be some hard work behind the scenes of like creating systems and organization, and they need to fill out like a checkout sheet, making sure they clean the vehicles and inspected the equipment and logged the hours on the equipment. Otherwise, if no one's checking that stuff, who's to say they're just going to run that machine for 100 hours and start grinding it up because it hasn't had an oil change? Everybody, every all the employees, they have to be held accountable for every little thing, and it's just the way it is. You can't really trust people to remember or care about your business half as much as you do. And
Is that like something that you're really, you had a problem? I guess it sounds like is like just basically having people invested in it, kind of is what you're saying.
well, I mean, they did a good job if I was there, because I was there to tell them and double check and say, did we do this? Did we make sure this? But I don't want to do that. I don't want to be stuck, because then my business lacks all of the other parts where maybe following up with proposals, doing sales, doing some more important stuff, some more higher higher dollar ticket items. It's pointless for me to be in the field if you know at this point, I feel like, because I'm gonna struggle growing, or I'm gonna lose my hair or something.
Well, your business obviously plateaus, you know, if it's just you know,
Yeah, it kind of hits a point, and
you
then
hit a wall. Yeah.
you're you might spike here and there, but the stress is crazy, and I don't want to create a business where if anything happens to me, the business falls apart. That's kind of how I feel right now, is a little bit
Yeah.
trapped in it. So I'm kind of that's the goal for 2019 is to fix some of those issues, and I've been working on my systems, so it's going to be a good year, I think.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
It's too bad our moped guy disappeared.
Yeah.
I don't mean to call you moped guy. I think his name was Ian, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Ian.
We can call him moped guy though, can't we?
Why not?
Yeah.
I hadn't even talked to Ian. I literally hit him up on Messenger. I was like, hey, you want to do a live? It's crazy that you're cleaning windows on a moped. I want to hear more about this.
How long has he been doing that? I wish he had like a quiet place to talk to us. I'm just curious, because to me it's like, that's like I said, like a lot of people are gonna look down their noses at that kind of thing, but that I think someone who looks down their nose at him, like, that's not somebody I can have a beer with. Like, I don't get that. Like, to me, that's just so respectable. Like, all day long, it's like there is somebody out there who's hustling, and that's a lesson, man. Because I don't know. I just think that kids these days, they just don't quite. I think a lot of them, it's like they could do with a little bit more hustle and ambition, if you ask me. But maybe I'm old fashioned. I don't know.
No, you're right. You're right.
But, I think that's cool though, because it's you gotta think about it too. It's like that's a lesson for people. It's like, God, because life happens. It's like, what if you just got your car repoed or something, or you just lost your job or something like that, and it's like you really don't have an alternative. But I think most of us probably live within pedaling distance of these days. A lot of people probably live in a city or something, and there's a lot of windows in there. And I just think that's cool, because it just shows you it's like there's really no excuse. It's like really, like, moped guy is telling us that what he shows on that Facebook post that he posted, it's like the only thing holding you back is yourself in this entire game. It doesn't matter if you're washing windows or pressure washing or whatever, but it's like, how bad do you want it? Then go out and get it. So I think that's just an easy lesson for. Maybe it's just too simple for a lot of people, but I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, too bad he can't make it back on. So we'll have to have moped guy back on sometime, John. You'll have to get him on.
Yeah, if he can get in a quiet spot, that'd be nice. I get annoyed when things break up and stuff. I like a nice clean feed.
Yeah.
But
so, let me ask you real quick. Have you well, it's only been a couple of weeks really since you stopped working, but have you just been I know you work on your systems and your strategizing for your 2019.
yeah.
Have you done anything else on the side, like because I know that's another big concern for people to live in the northern states, and they're always asking that. It's like, what do you do in the off season? Have you made any? I mean, and if you haven't, it's not a big deal, but like, what's something that maybe I don't know, can you talk about that?
Yeah, so I help out some. I got another buddy who owns a big, and these are friends that I made after I created my business. He owns a large concrete company. They do snow plowing in the winter, big contracts. So I'll help him salt. And that's that's another reason why I've looked into the window cleaning again, because if I could invest the time and really build a solid route, that would be a legit way to hold through the winter, because you can, like I was saying, if you do $400 a day, Monday through Friday, year round in window cleaning, that's $100K a year. So that would really help hold you through winter, just that window cleaning money. But I got, what else? I still do have some window cleaning accounts, nothing near that number, but I'm kind of just living on my little nest egg, I guess. It's running dry though. I need March to hit.
Yeah, you and me both, man. I know you were doing your best to try to talk me out of getting that truck, but I'm like, I kind of need one anyways. So
it's a nice truck, man. It's just
it'll last for a while.
I'm just hating No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's fine. You know, when we have to rent that big old man lift and stuff, you know, it's like we can tow anything with that monster. It's nice, so it'll be good.
That's
I'm
right.
just planning on keeping it forever anyway, so yeah.
You just got to
Yeah.
clean it every day.
Yeah, yeah, that's one thing about it, man, with these chemicals. I mean, you can't, that's no joke. That's one thing that like I could see, like, you know, having an employee that just doesn't give a crap, you
Mm-hmm.
know, with these chemicals and stuff, if they're spilling it, they're being lazy and all that. It's like that's gonna eat your truck
Oh,
alive. It's gonna
you should
eat,
see my trailer. My
yeah,
trailer wrecked. The wood is wrecked. It's insane. Brand new
yeah,
trailer.
man. So anyways, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. 2019 is gonna be great. And I'm just hoping for a good mild March and we can, you know, we can get a jump on it and stuff. And I think it's gonna be fun too, because you know, I've been putting together my list and I'm getting ready to make a big order. And I'm ordering a 5.5 gallon a minute system. And I think I settled on I think I'm gonna go with the 50 gallon chem tank.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it and it's
50
like,
gallon chem tank.
yeah, well, because I want to try that downstreaming nozzle that if you head over to the wash life, there was, instead of running a pump, there is a certain downstream injector nozzle that you can get that it's for roof cleaning that lets you get that right proportion. And they were talking about how people have been replacing the electric motor with that certain downstream injector to get like the proper 5% for the roof wash. Because
Mhm.
my idea is, it's like with the 50 gallon tank, I don't know, like just the way I'm kind of strategizing in this whole thing is like, I kind of want to be as self-sufficient as I can just out of the bed of that truck, even though I'm totally planning on getting a trailer. Like I'm not starting out with a trailer. I'm starting out self-contained in the bed of that truck. That's what
Mhm.
I'm doing. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm looking at it, like I'm looking at with even with buying a ladder and the ladder rack and stuff. And even like giving like a couple $100 extra for like plumbing and stuff. Man, I ought to be walking out. I ought to be skating out of there like 2,500, maybe 2,600 bucks. And
Yeah.
that's going to be a lot of fun to make a YouTube video on when we get that together and we put that all together and we can actually kind of just go over the list because um it's cool too, because it's like, you know, you put your trucks together and everything, and I'm sure that there was stuff that you would have done differently if you
Oh
could
yeah.
go back in time and do it over again. So that'll be like something really good for your YouTube channel that we can put together and just kind of show people that, you know, it doesn't take $1 million. Like I'm planning on having like a decent setup, but I'm not spending a you know, a ton of money. I'm
Yeah.
really thinking like under $3,000 all day long for something like
Well,
that, you know.
yeah.
And I'll be
What's
able to
great.
do roofs. You know, I'll be able to do roofs, like anything residential I want to be able to do, like starting off
I
there.
don't think you'll be able to do roofs with that injector, bro.
We'll see. I want to try it.
Well, you can try it though. But
Yeah.
uh yeah, I was gonna say, now that I think about it, because I started with the window cleaning, I ended up spending like 3 grand on that Tucker cart with the pole and everything. So if you can get set up for soft washing for that, like if I go back in time, I would not have bought that cart. I would have bought the soft wash setup first and done it that way. So you're on a head start right there. That
Well, it's nice, you know, that you actually have your YouTube channel out there and the Wash Life Facebook group, because, you know, there's a lot of people in there that, and me included, man, I mean, like this might be something new for me to get into, but at least I know I don't have to reinvent that wheel. You know, you got a lot of good experience. And I think it's cool too, because you got a lot of guys that own their businesses. It's not just you. So you get
yeah,
a lot of really practical experience from dudes that have been there and done that. So
right.
that's, you know, legit. Like if anyone's watching this and they're not in that Facebook group, you know, and you want to get in on something like this and you're thinking about it, you know, head over there. So,
Absolutely. Nice plug.
so
Um, yeah, man, I was just talking to a bigger power washer yesterday. I was in a shop. He was 5 minutes from me, and it's cool, man. I learned a lot of stuff from him. We talked for like 4 hours. But some of the stuff he was doing and using, and I was like, wow, that's awesome. Showing me some exclusive equipment. I talked to him. He might let me make a YouTube video in his shop. You guys would love it. He's got some really cool stuff. So we'll see. I got to talk to him a little more. But there's something else I wanted to say. But oh well.
Live chat. I guess I could go over a couple of things. Jonas was saying that, yeah, it's all in the review. He was saying that a customer can thank you up and down and still smash you on that review. Oh, that's a good point. Because people will be nice to your face and then hit you on that bad, like give you a bad review or something. I don't know. I guess that's got to be important these days.
Well, I've had it happen.
But he was just basically saying that extra mile does tend to lock in a good review. So
yeah, because I've had it happen twice where everything was good and then I left and they figured out something, like we burned their lawn or something by spilling bleach in their yard. But since we were so awesome, came right back, fixed it. They fixed the review, So that's, if you get a bad review, make sure you contact them, do everything you can to fix the issue, and 9 times out of 10 they'll fix it on their own. The bad reviews I have are people being little
malicious,
not even real customers, completely fake people. I have no idea who they are. I've got like 3 of them. It's weird.
That's probably going to happen with any business, but yeah, so I guess you could probably file that under too. It's like, if that happens, it's like, what can you really do about it? I guess you could spend a lot of energy worrying about it, or you could just keep on going on and,
Yeah, I was just like,
yeah,
whatever.
So
responded professionally and moved on.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I mean, at least you haven't burned anybody's houses down yet so far. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. So, but I don't think that's really something that can happen. I think that's a great thing about this whole deal is that it's like there's not a whole lot of liability, and it's like, especially like if you just watch what you're doing, you're probably not gonna burn people's bushes and grass and stuff if you just pay attention to what you're doing. So, just kind of open your eyes, I guess. I don't know. It would just seem to me, just from what I saw from watching those couple jobs.
You're not going to burn no one's stuff unless you're doing some roof cleaning and you're not rinsing stuff off. I mean, you got to be really, really careless to burn stuff. House washing.
Is that something like? Would you say like is like a like, say somebody wants to get into roof washing? Do you really need 2 people there? Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so, for sure.
Just because you're running so much chem, like you just want.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. The only time I would say you probably wouldn't need 2 people is if it's like a realtor job and they're like, don't worry about this landscaping, we're ripping it all out anyway.
So that's the big concern then for 2 people, is that you're worried about burning people's plants and stuff then.
Yeah, well, it's such a hot mix. So, I mean, you can't be I mean, I guess you might be able to do it with 1 person. I don't know. You'd have to be pretty experienced, and it'd have to probably be like a 1-story, and maybe have like 2 hoses, like one with fresh water, because like you just can't let anything dry. You got to because if you got to pre-wet everything and then apply chemical and then rinse it off. So it's best, and honestly, you're going to save more time by having 2 people there, 1 constantly rinsing stuff and 1 applying the chem. There's a guy, Gerald Vess, out there getting roofs done in 7 minutes, 15 minutes, crazy numbers.
With 2 people?
With 2 people, yeah. Wow. They just jump out the truck, reel the hoses out, spray stuff, and reel them back in. It's insane. I mean, that's all there is. Roof cleaning is you get your chem right, you spray it on the roof, you let it dwell, and you don't even rinse it off. You move to the next one. So.
Well, yeah, 2019 is gonna be fun, man.
Absolutely.
It could be a lot of work and everything, but that's life. Only easy day was yesterday. So yeah, I think it's a good service that you're doing for people who have never been anywhere near working for themselves before, and there's an unlimited amount of topics, really. I think that it's funny, like you were kind of telling me the other day, like, oh, I feel like I'm running out of ideas for this YouTube thing. I'm like, no, not really, man.
I guess it's just winter. I just miss being able to record in the field and stuff.
Yeah.
But
whatever. Sure. I mean, I guess if people don't like it, you can just give them their money back or whatever. So
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Well, cool, man. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about tonight or anything? Or
I don't know. I'm just kind of skimming through the comments. John, have you switched to a bypass instead of a straight unloader?
How's
I've
that?
got I've got a K7 unloader.
How's that? Your little toy that you built. What'd you call it? The
Wash Life Mixer.
yeah. How's that working out for you?
Um, Good. I mean, I haven't really used it much, but
Yeah.
it was cool when I was using it. Yeah, it's cool. It does its little thing.
Daniel wants to know, how did you get your first how'd you get your first few job soft washing? I guess the guy's just curious about like how did that,
Yeah.
so you got your pressure washer, like, okay, first job time. How did that happen?
Well, luckily I was doing the window cleaning, so I built up reviews and stuff and had a little bit of a reputation and some confidence. And I went out and I washed a house and I messed up. I was back there like I went back and forth like 4 times. It was weird actually. The guy, because I had got my truck decaled after I got my power washer, so it said pressure washing, and I ran into a guy at Best Buy wanting his house power washed. But yeah, that was a mess.
Man, like, I just want to, when I was working on, I was a subcontract. I wasn't ever doing pressure washing or house washing or anything, but I used to do jobs out in the mountains, out in the middle of nowhere of Humboldt County, out in Northern California. And man, I feel your pain. It's like, I remember this one problematic customer that I had. It wasn't, I don't even want to get it, but it's like, yeah, long story short, yeah, I had to go back out to that guy's like place like 4 times, and it's like, I think that until you're there and you've kind of eaten that crap sandwich, it's like, can you really call yourself a home professional? Have you really paid your dues? Is that, just think that type of stuff's going to happen, like, not to scare anyone, but it's like when you're first starting out, you got to expect that's just going to happen.
Yeah, honestly, I probably wouldn't go about it the way I did. I would talk to some neighbors or some family members and just be like, let me practice, let me get this down before I start going out and trying to make money doing this, because it reflects really poor on you when you go, because I went back and forth 4 times. So that means I had to go out there, try.
Well, you didn't make any money on that job. Let's just get that clear. You did that for the experience at that rate.
Yeah, sure. I guess so. But it's I also had to come up with an excuse as to why I have to leave and come back. So, 4 times, that's pretty ridiculous. And I'm surprised he didn't just forget about it. But I just had to, eventually I ended up getting an X-Jet rush delivered and using an X-Jet to clean it. And then on top of that, I spilt a bucket of X-Jet fluid in his yard and had to replace some lawn, a big dead spot in his grass. So that's how it goes, man.
So that's just funny. I think, if that answers the guy in the live chat's question.
Yeah. What was his question again?
Well, we went down a rabbit hole, but I guess he just wanted to know how you got your first job, and now you're talking about how you not only you got it at the Best Buy parking lot, but you also burned a nice size hole in the guy's front yard too, and you also came back 4 times. But it's like, man, that's kind of a lesson right there. Like, I see you didn't give up. You're like, all right, well, I guess you don't go through all that crap without learning something. So
it's kind of fun going down memory lane sometimes. It's like, wow, that was kind of a weird journey.
You didn't burn any, you don't do that anymore though. Like, you do these jobs and you're not really burning holes in people's lawns anymore, I've noticed, I'm sure. So yeah.
No.
So at least you learned.
Yeah. It's happened twice. Got to be careful with the aluminum and older homes. And yeah, I learned the hard way, but I learned. So
cool. Yeah. Well, John, it's Friday night, man. I'm going to get out of here. It's fun hanging out with you guys.
Likewise.
Let's do this again sometime.
Right on, man.
So, yeah. So, it's fun. The live chat, everyone's been cool, and hopefully they enjoyed it and we got to some questions. I guess it's just good being able to hear you, talk about it and your experience and stuff, and just having that live interaction. It's one thing watching your videos, and it's a whole other thing, getting to actually ask you the questions and in real life. So
yeah, man, It's cool, dude. I'm looking forward to 2019. Y'all are gonna see a lot more Joel. We're gonna be tearing it up. You're gonna be like, wow, this is crazy. Mike Murphy has me wanting to get a beer or something though, with it being Friday. He said he's out of beer. He's gonna do a high pitch roof. He has a high pitch roof to do in the morning. Nice.
Yeah, we're looking at a blizzard here, and I think I've got 2 more beers in the fridge. We'll see how that works out. So,
is it snowing yet?
I haven't looked outside in a while. It wasn't when I got home, like about 2 hours ago. So, but yeah, we're supposed to get hammered this weekend. I know I am. So, good.
Yeah, word.
Yep. All right, man. Well, you take it easy. I'm gonna jump off. So,
all right, man. We'll see you later.
Bye, guys. Have
Bye.
fun.